Hey guys, well, I got the green bike, the green Meanie Mr. Green, back in the dyno room after the first test ride you just saw a couple days ago. Today's Friday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and check my air fuel just on very light cruise. And I didn't take notes the other day when I was screwing around with it, you know, trying to see it on the dash and all that mileage baloney. So I'm going to run it up in 5th and 6th gear and try to get it consistently about 14.5 or so, because we're going to do a loop tomorrow. I'm going to do the fuel mileage testing. I can't ride real far. Even the other day, that little blast I was doing the other, my broken left ankle still healing, and just even how I sit on the bike starts killing me. So I'll probably do 40 miles, make a little loop, and how it's with the finish tune, which is still going to do pretty darn good fuel mileage, I can already tell. Okay, so, but there are fanatics out there that want to get the best they can on a trip, so might not help much, but we'll try it. We'll make a loop with my best tune in it, and I expect to still do pretty good, really good. This bike luckily gets pretty good mileage, like a 1250 tuned, you know, will lose, I don't know, 3 to 5 miles per gallon at the most, still get 40 to 45 maybe. The MT10 was absolutely the worst. It got, what, 28 to 30 stock. This thing, I never really checked the mileage completely stock. You know, I was always running it hard, but you know, over 50 miles per gallon. These bikes do good anyway. So anyway, I'm going to get started here playing with the air fuel, and I wanted to show you what I'm up to. So let's get started, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, this is going to be my final tune after the touch-up the other day on the road. Anyway, this should get pretty darn good fuel mileage. Okay, this is not the fuel mileage tune, this is the regular one. Guys, I've been playing with it a little bit, and this is what I've been shooting for here. Keep in mind, when you do this, then you're going to get your little burble back and your little minor hesitations back. But on a long trip, if some guy wants to get the optimum fuel mileage, you'll see how I got it set right now, and it's very simple to do. Okay, this is going to be one simple adjustment on cruise only for the fuel mileage tune. We'll see how it does on the road. Okay guys, for the first time I'm going to show somebody how to adjust this thing. So my Holeshot Super Tune Pro, it comes with some generic instructions that Dobek makes me put in there. They really mean nothing bike to bike. It's generic. I always tell my customers, please don't touch my settings without talking to me. Of course, a lot of them think they know better, and they start jacking it all around, and then they call me and wonder why it doesn't run right. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you how simple it is just to change. The first setting is the light throttle and cruise, luckily. And so what we're going to do is, right now it's set on 4, okay? And that'll mean once I get in, push the mode, you're going to see both these blink when you start it. Then they're going to even out. Then there might be two lights showing here. Once it settles down, we're going to push the mode button, and that's the green zone, the first one. And then it's going to be set on 4. That'll be blinking, just blink, blink, blink. If it was 4.5, the 4 and the 5 would blink, okay? One, and you cycle through it plus or minus. So we're going to bring it down clear to 1, okay? Solid 1, first light blinking, and that's going to be the fuel mileage tune, which moved it up almost a full point on the air fuel mixture from, you know, mid-low 13s to 14.5 or so. So let me show you how that's done. I got to go across the camera here for a second, start the bike, turn on the fans, and then I'll show you. Okay, you saw it cycle and then down. So right now we're on green. Okay? So I'm going to push it once. That's the setting. So 4, before the dot. Keep pushing the low button. Minus. Okay, that's a solid 1. You go more than that, it blinks real fast. That's a half a click. That's what I put in it the other day to richen it up. Just slightly was a half a click. Okay, so I went too far, see? So we want it on 1. So this is what we're going to test tomorrow. So now I'm going to put it back to 4. That's my proper setting for the stage 2 tune. And we're going to do the first loop like that. So I'm not messing with any of the other settings. There's tons of other settings in here. Don't touch it. Only this first one. We're going to go back and put it in 4. See? 3, 3.5, 4. Okay? Then it'll cycle out. And once it does that, turn off the key. If you turn the key off too early before it calms down, you won't hold the setting. Morning guys, hey, it's May 8th. It's dlwalker at Holeshot. Got Mr. Green ready. Today we're going to do the fuel mileage testing. Not going to be a lot of camera work because it's going to be boring droning along. I can't really go where I went with the blast. They got a detour down there. There's too many cars. So I got to go another loop. It's 55 mile an hour speed limit, so I'll be going probably 60 to 62, 65. You know, just what we have to do. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get suited up, go to the gas station, fill the thing up, zero out the odometer and the average miles or mile per gallon reading on the gauges, and I'll take a little video here and there. There's a real pretty canyon over there, Wilson Canyon. Used to be the railroad going through it. It's gorgeous, and to probably do 45 miles or something. Then I'll come back to the gas station, use the same pump, fill it up. My buddy's coming with me with the other camera, at least the first loop. Okay guys, we're back at pump 10, 91 octane, I don't know, 10% ethanol, just normal old mule pea. Okay. I took the camera off. I'm not going to film anything on the second loop. I think we went about 36, 37 miles. So I'm going to fill it up to the filler neck. And we're going to lift the bike straight up. Just above the filler neck. That's what I did before. Just where it's little holes in it. It's flush. Yeah, come and show them, Kurt. It's kind of what I did. I just barely let it splash above, see? So, okay. Yeah, with the camera, it's a real pain. I almost got to take the mount off. It's a pain in the butt. All right, it used 0.778 of a gallon. Get the receipt. Make sure it's right. Yes, 0.778. And we'll see what the dash says. We have 36.4 miles. And let's just see. Yeah, so the meter on the dash shows 51.6 average. Like I say, this is 55 mile an hour zone, so I was going 55 to 65, depending on where I was. Okay, let me set the tuner for you. So we'll shut the camera off, we'll get the seat off. Hey guys, okay, we're going to reset the tune like I did on the dyno for the fuel mileage tune, if that does anything. So we're going to start it up. We're going to go ahead and bring the green, which is your cruise and light throttle load, down to 1. Remember, it's at 4. With the stage 2 tune, we're going to bring it to 1. Pull it right out of the little handy dandy spot. Let it settle down. Push it 1 time, then the negative. Remember how I taught you? So the 1's only blinking. Not that, that's too far. That's a half a point. There's 1. Okay, let it cycle. See? Now you can turn the key off and that setting is held. Okay, now we're going to go ride the bike again. I'll come back and fill it up and see what happens. Hey guys, well, I just got back. We're on same pump 10 here. I'm going to fill it up. We're just a few more miles more. Not much, I just made sure I wanted to go a little further. You can hear me. On the dash it did a little better. Okay, Kurt, come and look at this. Come and look at here, the filler neck. So yeah, same as I did last time. Just splashing just above the bottom of the filler neck there. Same pump. So, turn this thing off for a second. Still filming? Ah! 55.5 miles per gallon.
See it. There it is. There.
Yeah, we'll look at all that when we get home. Let's look at the miles. I think it went, yeah, 40.8 miles, and it used 0.679 gallon. Gallons. So obviously the dashboard and the reality of using your little calculator doesn't quite match up, so we'll take our pick. We'll go over that when I get home. Let's get back to the shop. Hey guys, well, I'm back about 3:30. Well, that was interesting. So, keep in mind where I had to ride today is fairly flat. Just a little uphills, a little downhill, went through the canyon a little bit. The first loop was with the stage 2 finish tune, you know, the one that hauls butt, runs perfect, or runs really good. Okay, and like I say, I couldn't go real long. I can't ride 100 miles each way. So the first loop was 36.4 miles. I was riding, it's 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and there's CHPs out there, so I was riding from 58 to 64 miles per hour. Never got on it hard, kind of rolled on the throttle a few times in the first one. And in the first one I stopped, my buddy was helping me, and I took some pictures and turned around and came back and blah, blah, blah. So the first loop I probably got, I don't know, maybe 1 mile per gallon more, could be 2, because I was turning around and stopping a little bit, okay? But anyway, on that loop, I went 36.4 miles and used 0.778 gallons of gas. And the discrepancy is the fuel meter on the on the gauges. I don't really trust those things. I mean, they're okay for reference, but I went to the same pump, and so 36.4 miles, 0.778 gallons. You divide it, right, and it's 46.78 miles per gallon. So that one I can see maybe got 47, maybe 48, because I was stopping and going and taking pictures. Okay, which is pretty good. You know, keep in mind, a lot of you, when you're way out on the road, you're probably going 70, 72, 3, 4, who knows? That's all up to you, right? You're going to use a little more fuel, but I think that's really respectable, still really good. Okay, so then I came back. You saw in there in the video, filled it up. I topped it up exactly the same. Had the bike up level, little sloshing, just barely above the, you know, little filler neck holes there. No higher than that, but still right above it. And went for the second loop after resetting the tuner down to number 1 from 4. Of course, when you do that, it runs crappy again like stock when you're putting along, and you'll have that burble up at the 5 to 7, right? And I didn't lean it out quite as much as stock, but it did really good. So, you know, and it still runs fine at cruising speed, because it, you know, at 60, you're what, 3,800 or so. At 70, you're only 4,500 RPM because of 6-gear overdrive. So you're in that range where it still runs good. And I got the air fuel about 14.5, 14.3. Okay? I call that the long distance tune now. I had to make up something, right? So anyway, that one, I came back. I went a little further, 40.8 miles. It used 0.679 gallons, so that is 60.08 miles per gallon. That's with my calculator, not on the dash. What was a little weird was on the first one, it was 51.6 average on the dashboard, right? And then the second one on the dash was 55.5. So it didn't really add up. So I trust the pump, and I trust my finger pushing the buttons on my calculator more than the thing on the dash. So that shows you it can do pretty good. If you were taking a really long trip, you know, some of you guys travel on these things or have the standard one, you go 500-mile day or something, and you know, it's no big deal. Take the seat off, pull that thing up, just go boop, 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 down to 1, and you know, it was like 10, 12 miles per gallon. But I would say you're going to get, you know, 7 to 10 miles per gallon more, which is incredible for 1 point on the fuel mixture. So anyway, so that's that. Yeah, let me turn the camera off. I'll show you the gas things here. Be right back. Okay, so this is the full stage 2 tune. This is the first loop, 36.4 miles. It used 0.778 gallons. So there's your mileage on the first one. Okay, like I said, that was some stop and going and stuff. You saw it in the video. Well, you didn't see all of it. Second loop is 40.8 miles. And see, it used 0.679 gallons. So that is right there. That's pretty awesome. So that's just for people that want to travel long distance and stuff. That's the beauty about my tuner, is one push of that one button and you're capable of doing that, and it's so easy. If a guy wanted to. I'll never do it. I don't travel long distance, and you know, I'm going to be blasting around the mountains and everything, and I'll just leave it alone. It's still going to get 45 to 50 miles per gallon, which is pretty damn good. So, but it's neat to have that option, and that's something you certainly can't do with a reflash. And all the other tuners out there are much harder, where you got to load a map or blah blah blah. So, and you can put it right back. Say if you're going to travel 300 miles and you want to get the fuel mileage getting there, and then you're going to go ride Tail of the Dragon or something, you just boop, put the setting back in, the thing runs bitching. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool, and didn't really know what to expect, but now we know. And that's it for right now. I'm going to be getting some tuners made up. Just keep in mind my website. I kind of lost my web guy, and it's just a nightmare. So I am going to be developing and starting to stock some of the parts. You have my email, and you have my shop phone number, 775-463-5394 is the shop. My email is dlwalker@holeshot.com. So just call me if you have a question, and we can talk, and I can take care of you. All right, and then eventually this will be on my site, or maybe a new developed small site or something. Don't know yet. All right, take care for now. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support and everything. Take care.